It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. Here we are, new month, first week of the month on this Tuesday, coming at you. Super excited. It's a great month. This is a month before my birthday, and I always get really excited because technically we all go back into our work and school modes. I have kids in school, so August is really a cool month for me, and I'm finally learning the rhythm of getting all of my family vacations and stuff in June and July. And this is the first year that I did it, and unequivocally were we super excited about it. So boys are going back to school this week. I mean, everything is just like going back into a groove, and I'm super excited about it. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me. I am, as you can see, Percita, and excited about being me and having you join me today. And if you are a newbie subscriber, because I've gotten a few, I want to say thank you so much for that. Thank you for subscribing. I couldn't get the words out. And thank you for joining our family. For all of my OGs, you know the rules. Thank you so much, as always, for being here today. So as you can see, your girl's a little excited. I mean, it has just really been a phenomenal year. Everything is everything. Let me just say it that way. And I'm super excited to live in a day and age where you can see some of your things, you know, that you've been waiting for and working for come to fruition. So I'm excited. I'll talk more about that later, because I don't want to talk prematurely, but I am super duper stoked. So in saying that, I wanted to talk about really what it takes to just give yourself the room, right? To be courageous to actually say no and set your boundaries. We talked about it. We've talked about it a few times, but this one's a little different, because what I'm thinking when I'm making that statement is literally along the lines of saying no is not always something that seems doable. Sometimes you still find a way to tell yourself that you should really want to have room to do it, or you want to make sure that you're expressing yourself to the person that maybe you love properly, and you don't want to fail them, and you want to be loyal to them, and all those things that I would tell you I personally hold dear to my heart. But what if I told you that if you actually don't have the courage to really set that boundary of no, you put yourself in an even worse scenario, because you start to allow things to just manifest that really shouldn't manifest. And what I mean by that is that you set a different type of boundary, a different type of gauge for individuals, not only in how to treat you, but in how to treat your time. So in this no, I really want to talk specifically more about not the emotion of the no, but the time of the no. We don't really own the fact that there's not a lot of time in the day. Typically, we bite off more than we can chew, because we all have a little sense of overachiever in us. But what I'm starting to say to myself is that, what does that really say about me and my personality? If I have yet to understand, and I've said this to several people, so I'll say it again, when you find yourself overworking, when you find yourself saying that you're a destination-driven success person, meaning it's always, well, when I get that new house, or when I get that new job, or when I go on vacation, it's all of these things. You can't really find your peace. It's because you're really not happy in where you are. And there's nothing wrong with having the goal and setting the goal to fit a time frame. But we have to be very conscious that if we're not really able to enjoy where we currently are, you'll never really get to your destination. And it has a lot to do with a video I did a while ago. If I can remember what the name of it is, I will tag it. But I said something along the lines of, you just want to make sure that you're prepared to do what it is that you want to do, and you also want to make sure that you're meeting up with it. We've said in cliche so many times that you want to be prepared so that your opportunity and your preparation will align. And I do agree with that. But I've noticed that in my life, and in a few people that I'm close to in conversations that we've had, we're just not saying no. And what I mean by that is that we have this thing that we just really feel as if we're going to have enough time to balance it all. And we don't understand that our time is what is at the liberty of being shortened, or it's at the liberty of being kind of tossed to and fro, in the sense of you just not being able to grasp what you need to do for yourself. So you're still trying to tell yourself, well, I got time to do that for them because, I'm already going that way and blah, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to feel like I'm saying say no to everybody just for the sake of saying no. You really have to be in tune with yourself. You really have to be in tune with the expectations of what it is that you want to do, specifically in that day or specifically in that event of days. You want to know, and you really want to stay as secure to that as possible. The way that I am learning to say no is that I'm just not accepting anything until my list is done. And again, my girlfriend was just on me like, oh my God, Percita, if you do it that way, then, you're not going to be a good friend. Or what if it comes up that you should be helping someone and, that's your destiny or that's your purpose for the day? Again, there's no concrete way to say this. I'm giving you yet another caveat that you can put into your pot of caveats to say you have to discern it. There is no set way of saying just say no to say no, right? This isn't like a drug deal. This is just me saying you have to learn to say no so that you can prioritize what it is that you need to do. In a perfect world, you should definitely prioritize your things first before you move on to anyone else's. If you do not, you will find yourself continuously playing in your head that you don't feel like anyone is helping you. I have heard it over and over and over and over again. I do so much for people and they don't do anything for me and it's not reciprocated. And I've said to those same people, then please tell me why you continue to do it. And it has a lot to do with just the premise of they don't feel comfortable in saying no. Or they feel like they're going to teach the person some type of a lesson if they say no and you show them that you can do it. And then they're going to all of a sudden change their attitude about it. What I'm completely understanding is when I'm learning to say no, I'm not necessarily saying no forever. There's the caveat. It's not a forever. It may just be to next week. It may just be to the end of the day. But I don't know about you. I have always wanted everyone to believe that I can do everything. So that also plays a role in why my no was just so wishy-washy. Because I always wanted to be the person that just could kind of juggle 15,000 things and do all these things. And I can go right back to the overworking statement. You don't ever want to put yourself in a place where you don't understand that to overwork or to overpromise is a trauma response. It means you're doing it because you find yourself not wanting to disappoint other people. But you put yourself in the position of disappointing yourself because you know that you are not equipped to do all of the things you need to do efficiently. Catch that. I'm not telling you you can't do it, but something is going to fall by the wayside. And when you take on things that you don't need to by not saying no, not understanding that there's only 24 hours in the day and there's only so many things that you can do, you may find yourself susceptible to the things that you need to get done. The more important things aren't done to the best of your ability. So catch it. It's not a no to just be mean. It's not a no to just say, I want to be selfish and be for myself. But in the exact same breath, it is. Because you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first. You have to make sure that you're in what's called a surplus to be able to give your efforts and your love and your support and your time to others. And the only way that you can do that is when you've built up your personal bank of all of those things to be able to give and give freely without ever really expecting a payback. And I love to say that. I love to treat myself as if I'm a bank. And if I'm a bank and I am literally doing what I need to do, then my accounts are full. And when someone needs something, I don't need to loan it to them. I can actually give it to them without ever looking for it in return. And that's exactly the way I feel about the no. It's exactly why I'm saying that we have to learn to say no, because we have yet to always build ourselves up to a manner that we have enough surplus to give. So that's my roundabout way of trying to say that no is okay. Saying no is okay. It is not something that has to always be so malice and negative in the sense of what you need to tell yourself in order to be okay with yourself. We talk a lot about mental health right now. We put ourselves a lot in that realm of making sure that the mental is equating to our physical. But I also want you to think about the emotional is just as intense. Even though those things are fleeting, it is just as intense. So let's keep that in mind today as we move through our lovely, lovely life of trying to set our boundaries to reach our goals and destinations. So again, here we go. I know you were like, oh my God, Percita, what are you thinking? It's just, I'm so overjoyed at the idea that so many people are finding themselves utilizing the videos. I'm enjoying that some people that haven't even told me via any sense of message that they're following me, but they're coming up and they're telling me that they're following me and they enjoy the videos. They don't really have much to say. I'm very clear at this point in understanding that I don't really leave a lot of room, right, for you to actually have a conversation back with me. I'm going to do better with that. I'm going to try to do better with that. Let me say that. And I don't do it purposely. I actually just realize I have such a strong opinion that it sometimes puts a person in a place where you ponder what I'm thinking, but you don't necessarily have a comment. So for the people who do comment, I want you to know wholeheartedly, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to do that. Please don't feel as if, the comment could be too small or irrelevant. Understand that I absolutely appreciate any feedback that I get from you all, because again, I just have noticed my personality doesn't always lean into that, but I want to be better in it. So if you have some insight on how I can be better, feel free to drop a comment and let me know what it is that you feel like I could do that would make you feel more comfortable to actually say something. Yes, that puts me out into all kinds of realms of you might say some wild out stuff, but today I am open for the criticism and I look forward to hearing what you have to say. In the interim of all of that, always remember to live life authentic. I greatly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate your time. It is okay to say no. Hell, it's even okay to say no if you don't want to do what I just asked you to do, but do it politely. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe. Hit the notification button so that you don't miss any videos. And as always, I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.